What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HasanDaily broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one, because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Monday. That's right. It's Monday. Monday News Day, folks. You already know what it is. It's Monday News Day, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. Also, you might have noticed some changes behind me. I finally framed the Cutie Cinderella newspaper from 9/11, the morning of 9/12, the newspaper right there, the newspaper that covered 9/11. It's now officially sitting behind me. And I moved the North Korean poster up in place of the fan art. We're going to find a new place to put all the fan art. Don't you worry. That's a PSA 10, by the way. That 9/11 poster, or not, the 9/11 news article is a PSA 10. Having diaper fan art was a crazy decision. Yeah, I'm fucking beast mode. I don't give a shit. Have you seen the Count BINFACE stuff in the UK? Wondering who you'd endorse in that race? Buddy, as a major fan of by-elections, specifically in Clacton, right? Am I saying it right? Is it the right place? Is it Clacton? I think there's only one answer. One answer for the future of the country. And that answer is BINFACE. I have already endorsed BINFACE. As a big fan of the by-elections, specifically by-elections that are thrown haphazardly in an effort to poll the public's opinion, as there's a political crisis imminent due to the corruption charges and the potential corruption investigation that Nigel Farage is finally due. This is exactly my kind of by-election that I'm excited to be a part of. And yes, as a longtime fan of Clacton, I believe Count BINFACE, Lord BINFACE, whatever his name is the truest advocate for the needs of the working class. One might even say I'm a proper binhead geezer. A proper binhead geezer. That's right. Lovely, delightful, wonderful. Have you seen Farage walk like a normal human being? I don't think Nigel Farage is capable of doing anything like a normal human being. Explain this. He got that post-Hassan pipe glow. That's crazy. You say it's crazy, but not that it's wrong. Yes, I don't think love is wrong. Yes, of course I say it's crazy, but I'll never say it's wrong, because love is love, okay? Sometimes love is an 84-year-old geriatric senator who's one of the most influential Republican demons of the last 2 decades, and a 34-year-old man about to turn 35 who happens to be a socialist, anti-imperialist political commentator. Love is love. Problematic age gaps aside. Problematic age gaps be damned. Love is love, folks. 34 turning 65, the way you live, to be honest. Why would you hit a scuba after that? We are cooked. If it wasn't for the very real picture he's holding, I wouldn't tell it that is AI. It's not. It's real. He's alive, and he's confirming it. What is the watermark? That's not a watermark. Shh. There's no watermark. It's a real photo. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, chat. It's a real photo. Old man Hope feels like silk, but the youngins aren't ready for that conversation. That's crazy. Okay, we got to stop talking about me and Lindsey Graham, or not Lindsey Graham, sorry, me and Mitch McConnell. See, I got Lindsey Graham on the mind still. R.I.P. Noticed that you've been too afraid to address this video. So tired of the left. Try to run away from valid criticism. Please stop glorifying communist leaders. Yeah, I highly doubt that this is going to be that. See, you're actively avoiding the watch the video? Okay, here.
The left glorifying communist leaders. They make mistakes. For example, dying. Should have kept fighting World War I to spark world revolution in the trench. Shouldn't have stopped at Berlin. Really? Where do I even start? Why did you build a Wall Street in Shenzhen? Why didn't you ally with Vietnam? Why is there a red flag over McDonald's? Got the missiles removed? Being such a spectacular and insufferable.
Okay, some of these I don't actually agree with. Well, this one I do, but I don't agree with some of these.
Dying.
I think revolutionary defeatism is, it was the appropriate thing to do.
Kept fighting World War I to spark world revolution in the trench. Shouldn't have stopped at Berlin. Really?
Correct.
Where do I even start?
You best put some respect on Mao Zedong.
Why did you build a Wall Street in Shenzhen? Why didn't you ally with Vietnam? Why is there a red flag over McDonald's? Got the missiles removed?
Again, pie in the sky idealism, correct assessment.
Move being such a spectacularly insufferable prick that you alienated absolutely everyone who might have helped you. Being the moral victor in your own biographies doesn't count as seizing state power. After the 1945 August Revolution should have immediately invaded Laos and Cambodia to create a revolutionary united front of Indochina. Dying, not living 30 more years, had the aura but not the apparatus to hold power. And you're building a mass movement but not a tightly disciplined professional revolutionary cadre organization that could survive your assassination. Dying, not being a communist fast enough. You should use that opportunity to create a guerrilla training camp for the American proletariat, not just write memoirs. Your pen was sharp, but
okay, this is crazy. Okay, I mean, I know this is joking. This is jokes. But it is kind of tough for me to, this is somewhat triggering.
your bombs would have been sharp. Debating in academia instead of organizing a prison break army. Went into exile, but you should have gone underground and built the American Viet Cong. Hasn't liberated me.
Jokes are forbidden in leftist circles. This is like the most triggering. He hit every variant. He hit every ideological tendency. What do you say to folks who get turned off by leftist candidates like Abdul distancing himself from the socialist label? As a probable Abdul voter, it feels like a missed opportunity to shift the Overton window to have popular candidates openly embracing the label of the ideology they're running on. Abdul al-Sayed is not a socialist, and Abdul al-Sayed is running for the Senate. As it stands, we do not have, with the exception of like Bernard Sanders, obviously he's an independent senator from Vermont, we do not have self-styled, self-avowed, openly socialist senators. But considering that Abdul's platform is fairly close to Bernie Sanders, if not identical, and in some instances more radical than Bernie's platform when it comes to foreign policy, and the impact that has had, or rather the unbelievable amounts of attacks that he is receiving, even like a left populist, left flank Bernie-crat Senate run without the socialist label is moving the Overton window in our direction. I have no problems, working with Abdul al-Sayed. I'm honored to be able to help this campaign in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, I'm not working in an official capacity. Let's be real. But I have no problem mobilizing my community in his direction. I mean, he is far more radical than any other Democratic Senate run that we've seen in the primaries with legitimate viability. I mean, he is the front runner currently. He's the front runner currently, and you're seeing $50 million in outside expenditures being dumped into that primary race right now by AIPAC subsidiaries, numerous other corporate PACs. It's insane. They would not be doing that if it wasn't a real threat to corporate interests. What does that mean? Not working in official capacity, that you're not getting a check? The work you do with them and other campaigns is more than official? I mean, it's just like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who has a worldview. I'm just a guy. I don't, I'm not a dues-paying member of the Democratic Socialists of America, even though you all should become dues-paying members of Democratic Socialists of America, and I'm just a guy who just has opinions. I'm just a little guy. Maybe the equivalent of being the size of the tiny state of New Jersey, I'm an apolitical guy. I'm apolitical. I don't do politics. I just call balls and strikes. I'll tell it how it is, okay? Did you just admit to having an agenda? Not even agenda, not me. Yeah, there is one agenda that I abide by, and I am proud to admit, making sure the Malacca Strait remains open so that we can conduct permanent trade with the beautiful nation state of Singapore. As a businessman, check the suit, peep the suit. I love doing import exports. I love commerce. I love trade. And because I place the highest emphasis on international shipping routes, my favorite country on the planet is the beautiful nation state of Singapore. Until recently, I felt as though I am insecure about continuing trade with the nation state of Singapore because of More Pegasus and the slander that I have received from More Pegasus, who has the unbelievable privilege of living in the most beautiful country on the planet, the nation state of Singapore. And yet, instead of looking around and appreciating the bounty of living in the jewel, the crown jewel of the world, the crown jewel of international commerce, the ultimate defender of shipping lanes, More Pegasus uses this privilege that he has to slander those who want to work, who want to move units, who want to improve the GDP of the beautiful nation state of Singapore. And Pegasus, More Pegaslop, your days are numbered in Singapore, sir. Once the Singaporean government finds out what you have done. You have inspired me to start educating myself about trade and specifically about importing and exporting, and I was ready to consolidate my assets and deploy them in Singapore, but then I found out that they don't take online harassment and stalking seriously for some reason, and I have now decided to withhold my assets for the time being. I know it's a tough decision. I know this must have been a tough decision because when you find out about Lee Kuan Yew and the great nation of Singapore, you think to yourself, this is a country that I want to move all my assets to. Certainly how I felt about it. Certainly how I've felt about it for quite some time. And for all the trade bros in here, for all the commerce bros in here, for the import bros and the export bros, I know learning about Singapore and falling in love with it is one thing, but then finding out that the nation state of Singapore does not take international cyber stalking, mass harassment, and defamation seriously. It's a big blow, but we shall prevail. We shall prevail. Fear not, friends.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. His courage on. Together unbroken. We'll make heaven known.